Good evening and welcome to Bulldog Stadium for tonight's Division I girls soccer playoff matchup between the Bedford Bulldogs and the Nashua North Titans. I'm Lauren Fox, and alongside Bill Klein, we will bring you all the action today as the Bulldogs look to start the road to a state championship. And Bill, in tonight's game, you have the Bulldogs coming in, outscoring opponents 47-4. Part of that 47 number is a 6-0 win against these same Nashua North Titans. That generally started by the back line for the Bulldogs, but obviously some big offensive outbursts in that game as well.
And overall, we've got some interesting things. Bedford seeded third. Nashua North, who was not in the tournament. They didn't make the tournament last year. As everybody knows, we made it to the championship where we unfortunately lost to BG. But Nashua comes in 14th seeded and has allowed 43 goals, so it's almost like the opposite, except that they've only scored 19, Lauren. I've predicted these games pretty closely so far. I might guess tonight would be somewhere around a 4-0 or 4-1.
I might go on the high side of that. I will take the over, and I will go Bedford plus 4.5. So if we were, and not that we would ever do anything like that, but anyway, for the Bulldogs tonight, starting in goal, the aforementioned Zoe Santos. I don't know if we actually said her, so that might not be accurate, but Zoe, to this point in the season, has 12 shutouts, grand total of 32 so far in her career. So an impressive career for Zoe. On the back line in front of her, she's got Neve Humphrey, Araceli Cloutier, Sari Stein, and also Kate Michael back there. So a very impressive back line for the Bulldogs that will do their best. And a versatile back line as well that can slide up if necessary, take free kicks, and really get some things done in space. So, again, that back line gets things started. But on offense, some impressive stalwarts for the Bulldogs so far this year. Some high goal scorers as well.
You got Lana Morris leading with 11 goals and 7 assists. She's a junior. Grace Crowder, a senior, 11 goals and 6 assists. So they've been neck and neck as far as leading the team with that. But Ana Diaz, who is a freshman, is next in line with 6 goals, 6 assists. And Grace Odell, a senior, 5 goals, 2 assists. If you add up those goals, though, there's a lot of other young ladies on this team that have scored, Lauren. So
most certainly, and in recent weeks there's been a lot of new blood getting into the scoring column as people have keyed on Grace Crowder and Lana Morris. So here comes a right foot toward the net, and that one is picked up by the keeper, Grace Cardin for Nashua. Looked like it might have been Crowder on the shot. Always tough to pick it up behind the double pane glass. I feel like I'm working in the drive-through line at a bank.
However, Lauren, we got to thank the staff here at Bedford High. We have new windows. Did you notice that?
I did not notice the new windows. It is wow. I guess if you say it often enough. Bill Klein made it. Bill Klein got the new windows. Lauren Fox did not. I guess you have to work for the town to get the new windows. That's how this works. So you also get the good parking there. About a minute into this game, we will have scores to report from around Division I as well. I also, for those who are the Bedford Soccer Marching and Chowder Society, hate to tell you the bad news that the Bulldogs lost the Lurgio team. I guess the Lurgio Lions, the 7th and 8th grade team, girls team, took a tough L tonight to Merrimack by the count of 1-0. A goal with about 17 minutes left in the game sealed the fate for those Bulldogs, but a lot to build on with that young team, and a lot in the cupboard for Michelle Winning coming up the pipeline.
Yeah, she's got a lot of young players and a good, like you said, the pipeline between them, and there's a lot of younger girls that will step in as well. Bedford's had a really good, especially since Michelle's gotten here, tradition of soccer, especially for the girls.
This is most certainly a talent-laden town. Ball sent to the near side. Kylie Morris with it. Now Kylie sends it toward the goal. And that one will go off the foot of her sister Lana and out of bounds. It'll be a Nashua throw from the far side.
First little over 2 minutes in, and Bedford's controlled the ball virtually the entire time.
Yes, and I would say that would be what would transpire throughout this game. Zoe Santos maybe like the Maytag repairman back there, but again, if you're the Bulldogs, you have to play this game as if it's your toughest opponent, because if the Titans catch lightning in a bottle, well, there's no tomorrow, or more accurately, there'd be no Friday. So you got to find a way to control what you can control.
And Friday at 3 will be the winner of this game, who will be going up against, looking for my notes here.
I'm glad you're the man who has the playoff brackets.
I
filled mine out, but some first-round losses knocked me out, and I'm just not interested in the pool anymore. I'm only rooting for the Bulldogs at this point. Ball trickles across the back line. It'll be, I believe, a Bedford corner, and indeed that is.
Merrimack. No.
It is.
Yes, it is Merrimack.
Merrimack,
It is
3
Merrimack.
o'clock on Friday. I know where I'll be.
Merrimack beat Hanover 5-2.
That is, well, Hanover's usually pretty good, but of course, going in this year, Merrimack, the 6th seed, Hanover, the 11 seed, which is somewhat atypical for Hanover. But so Sari Stein to take a try at a corner kick, sends it toward the net. A header attempt missed. The ball bounded around like seals at SeaWorld, and the ball rattles around in the box. Cleared out, attempted to be cleared out, I should say. Bedford doing their best to hold it in. And Anna Diaz now with it, sends it over to the near side to Araceli Cloutier.
Geez, the ball was inside the penalty area there, inside the goal area itself for quite a while. Not a single shot got off. Like you said, it was that pod of SeaWorld type creatures just knocking back and forth.
Danger zone up there, and a whistle comes. It'll be a kick for Nashua going into the Bedford offensive end.
I mentioned that Nashua North was not, the Titans were not in the playoffs last year at all. There's a huge change. We've got Peter Lally up here in the broadcasting booth. He's a representative from the soccer committee, NHIAA, and his old former Central team ended up tied for the last place with only 1 win this season, which is incredible after the history. They were the team that stopped the West girls team after 62 consecutive wins.
Even as recently as 2 or 3 years ago, Central was very good. And sometimes you graduate players and you may have players matriculating somewhere else, and the next thing you know, it's the talent pipeline dries up. So you have to be mindful of that too if you're coaching. But 1 win for a somewhat storied program is tough. I don't know how the boys did this year. Central's boys team is usually pretty good.
I think they finished around 6th or 7th, just a little bit above us.
Kylie Morris sends it in. Nice quick touch there, but Ava Dubois can't hold it in. Now Kylie with it, sends it over to the middle to Araceli Cloutier, who's taking a shot at it. Misses just a little bit high, and that'll be a goal kick for the Titans.
A decent shot, but not on goal. Got to get that knee, hip, everything up over the ball.
Right idea. Sometimes you see these girls make it look far easier than it actually is.
One of the goals that we had the last time we were together here was a rocket.
Oh, yes.
Oh, my gosh.
This one, not a chip shot by any means by Araceli. Anna Diaz with it, sends it up off the foot of Bedford's left wing, who somehow corrals the ball, sends it toward the goal mouth. Nice save by Grace Carden. And Bedford has had the chances. Zoe Santos has touched the ball once to this point. Now the ball sent back toward midfield. Araceli heads it to the left side. We'll see if Grace Odell can keep it in. She can't, and it'll be a Nashua throw from the far side. I should just start calling them north. We are live on Nashua Channel 16. That's ETV 99, says Bill Jennings, right behind me. So I know for a fact that we're being watched by my wife somewhere. I'm just not certain where somewhere is. Into the box, and a one-hopper corralled there by Zoe Santos.
Not a tough save to make, but I've said this before. It's tough when the goalkeeper stands back there for long periods of time doing nothing. It's good to get her involved, and a easy save like that may not be the worst thing for her and her defenders.
Yes, yes. Kylie Morris with it, looking back, finds Neve Humphrey, now over to the near side to Araceli Cloutier. Araceli weighing her options. Looks back to the middle to Anna Diaz. Diaz over to the left side to Kate Michael. And now send it up the line does Michael, but falls out of bounds. It'll be a Nashua North throw.
Except for that pass, there's really been very few, in quote, unforced errors by the Bedford ladies here on the field. They've been consistently connecting with some wonderful passing.
Bedford, a ball up the line. Odell sends it toward the middle. Diaz, some fancy footwork there. Now looks to the middle. And a two-hopper to the keeper, fielded by Cardin. And she will get rid of it. The rain's starting to fall here in Bedford. If you are keeping an eye on the fans directly in front of us, umbrellas are now a required piece of equipment. Looked like the rain might hold off, and it didn't hold quite long enough. Ava Dubois has it served to her up front, but a little too far ahead of her. Knocked out of bounds by Nashua.
Bedford girls have been doing really good with not getting into an offsides position, but playing far enough up that they're making the presence known, that's for sure.
And it is starting to rain harder. Can hear it on the bleachers. Metal bleachers, a lot of rain. Good sleeping weather. Kylie Morris, the throw down the side. Rolls around. Anna Diaz had a shot at it, but nothing doing. Ball rolls out of bounds. It'll be a goal kick for Nashua North.
According to our coach, Michelle Winning, the job that Zoe's done and the rest of the defense has built up for this is the most shutouts in this number of games in the history of Bedford soccer, girl soccer.
It's been an interesting year. The only games in which Bedford has given up goals are the only games in which they've lost, and they've given up 2 apiece in each of those games.
And that's it.
That is it. Araceli dribbles, tries to find a seam, can't. Now fights for the ball, gets it to Anna. To the middle, ball knocked away. Lana Morris fighting for it. And now Kate Michael will try to hold it in. Nothing doing there. And it will be a Bedford throw from the far side. Looked like we might have had a handball over there, and sure enough, the whistle comes, and it will be a Nashua North kick from that side.
A couple results from earlier here today. In the first round, number 8 seeded Alvern was beat by number 9 Concord to move ahead.
You always got a 9 over an 8. Come on.
1-2.
Yep.
Let's not hope that doesn't happen. Let's see. That would be tomorrow because it's 8 and 9.
Is it really? Okay, there you go.
Merrimack, Bedford's the 8.
Okay.
That won't be good. Timberlane.
So Concord with the dub.
Yeah, that was a penalty. That was the only game that went to penalty kicks.
That's a tough way to end that.
Oh, I hate it.
Tough way to end a season, tough way to end a career. Bodies down on the far side. It'll be a Nashua kick from over there. And again, on a set piece, you always got to worry about what's going to transpire.
And now with the rain coming down, although I think it's let up a little bit, you've got the keeper and heads and whatnot that the ball's going to be extra slick.
I think it's Allison Fry taking the kick, I think. Number 5. Assuming she is a twin. There are 2 Fry freshmen on that Nashua North team. Great job, Araceli Cloutier, heading that ball out of there. And Nashua North's defense doing a good job holding it in, but pass stolen there by Ava Dubois sends it up the line. May have been off, perhaps, Lana Morris, but Lana Morris winds up with the ball, knocked away. It'll be a Nashua North, or it'll be a Bedford throw, I should say.
It's odd that the official missed that because on the football field with those lines, Lauren, it makes it a lot easier to make the call.
It's also odd that an official missed it, and I saw it. Let's face it.
And
yes,
he missed it because, honestly, he was out of position. If you could catch that on the camera, he was trailing the play by a little bit too much. He's not quite quick enough to get up there.
Ball off
how fast these girls are.
Truth. The ball off the head of the Nashua North defender, and it'll be a corner kick taken by Sari Stein from that far corner. Ball girl Lexi Morris, younger sister of the Morris twins, set it up for Sari. Scoreless game, 12 minutes in. Sari sends it to the box. Had a chance at a header. It just trickled right through the box, and Bedford can't get it before it crosses that line. But, man, that thing was awfully close to getting somebody. All I needed to do was catch a little bit of somebody's face.
It was unfortunate that it crossed literally from post to post had to be within a yard from the goal line.
It was awfully close.
Oh, my gosh.
12 and a half in. I know that documented fact my in-laws are also listening from Kansas City. So we got people all over the country. We're bad. We're nationwide.
And I understand that one of the Cloutier family members is listening from away someplace and looking forward to their, whether it's a granddaughter or whatever Araceli is, she's going to be attending Providence College next fall.
That is correct. Some talent on this Bedford team. Araceli and then Zoe.
Here we go.
That one knocked around just to the left of the goal mouth. Nice job there. I believe that was Grace Odell in on the play, just trying to fight and get the ball in, but nothing doing.
Nice defense by the Nashua player. The Titan was right there and preventing her from getting a shot off or turning towards the goal.
Scoreless game. And the Bulldogs of Bedford, who won the regular season matchup between these teams 6-0, haven't gotten a whole lot going on offense yet. They've had some chances, but have not been able to convert. Araceli Cloutier with it, now has a chance to load up, and Carden wears it off the chest. Nobody there to follow, and I would not want to get in front of that shot from Araceli Cloutier. Ball sent back to the middle by Carden. Now held in there by Sari Stein, Anna Diaz. Back to the middle.
From a defensive standpoint, I've heard some people say over the years that the goalkeeper's bright jersey can hurt a team offensively, in that the striker might inadvertently aim for the keeper instead of away from them. You'd think it could be either way, but we've just seen all 4 saves by the keeper so far for the Titans. Shots have been basically right to her.
Ball sent up front to McKenna Snow. Snow in a foot race, and she's got a shot at the ball. Nice job by the North defender to knock the ball away. And it'll be a Bedford throw from the far side, but that's a weapon to look out for. McKenna Snow is a freshman and can be a lot of instant offense for the Bulldogs as well. Kylie Morris with the throw. And nice job playing the ball by the North defensive player. Now Nashua North trying to get it done. They are most certainly playing with a defensive mindset, are the Titans. They only have 2 up front, and they're trusting their mids to make runs. But what they're really trying to do is pack the box and hope that somehow they can keep the Bulldogs out of the goal column. Bedford sends it into the box again with a chance, but nothing doing over there. McKenna Snow gave chase. Another good run by McKenna. You figure that eventually that wall will crack, and Nashua may run short on adrenaline or energy, but for Bedford, you want to try to take advantage of some of these opportunities. Snow with it, deciding what she was going to do. Instead, just lets the ball get out of bounds, and it'll be a Bedford throw on the near side.
Say other than about 2 minutes of play so far, Bedford's maintained pretty much control.
Anna Diaz, great ball. Lana Morris with it. Nothing in front of her, just the keeper. Lana from the right side, up and over off the crossbar, and that one will be out of bounds. It'll be a goal kick. That is about the best chance Bedford's had to this point. Anna, just a nice controlled touch, sending the ball into space for Lana and really setting her up with a nice opportunity.
That was. It looked like it had a little top spin on it. It was dipping down, but not quite far enough to make it underneath the goalpost itself. As in the soccer goalpost.
Yes. The football goalpost, it was fair game. Kylie Morris with it, playing quarterback, seeing what she's got in front of her. Now dribbling back to the middle. Look into Araceli in the middle. Araceli, a quick touch over. Finds Lana Morris. Lana to Anna Diaz. Quick touch by Diaz. Great shot. And that one is right on the money. I think it was Grace Crowder knocking it in off the assist from Anna Diaz, but a number of Bulldogs wound up touching it. Araceli to Anna Diaz, and then Crowder wound up finishing the job, and the Bulldogs are on top 1-0.
Goal scored at 23:06, and a really nice shot to finish that off. But like Lauren played it out there, with the passes were just tremendous, as they have been.
So for Crowder, that is goal number 12 on the season. Puts the Bulldogs up 1-0 About 17 minutes into the first half. And it was the passing and the spacing that set that entire thing up.
And I think also to a certain extent, the other thing that you said just a little while ago, Lauren, is that I think the Nashua players were spread out a little bit more, and that may be because of being a little overtired. Unfortunately, just a little slip and slide there.
And it is tough. You do have some fast players on that Bedford offense and some very talented ones when it comes to ball skills as well. Nashua trying to clear it, nothing going. Now they send it up front. Lana Morris with it. Again, sends it to the left side. Taking a try on it was, I believe, Annie Zink, but can't keep it in bounds. And it'll be a Nashua North throw from the far side. Behind these panes of glass, the players on that other side may as well be on the moon, but I'll let Andrew tell us if he has an idea if that's number 15 over there on the left forward.
For some reason, I don't know what it is, but this type of glass that we've got, or even the single, well, actually, those are both double windows we're looking through.
Yes.
So that's probably most of it.
It's the teller line at a bank.
I think we should send.
We're good.
Send Andrew outside someplace. He can go up on the roof in the rain.
Oh, that's cruel. He does too good of a job to do that. 1-0 Bulldogs.
And he knows I'm kidding.
18:35 or so have gone by in the first half.
The other Nashua team that was not in the playoffs last year today lost. They were the number 13 seed. Number 4 Timberlane beat them. So Timberlane's going to be up against BG.
Great slide tackle there, Araceli Cloutier. Holding the ball in for the Bulldogs. Now McKenna Snow with a shot from the near side. It's blocked, and North sends it out of bounds. It'll be a Bedford throw.
The Bishop Girton goal team scored 4 goals against Londonderry to knock them out of the tournament and move ahead. And Concord will face the number 1 seed, the one that got the bye, which is Exeter.
Exeter is a tough team. They come into the 16-0, and they are looking to try to complete a perfect season, which is a tall order in Division I soccer in New Hampshire.
And they're one of our 2 losses. It was just a 1-2 game, a 1-goal game.
Ball out of bounds. Bedford takes the throw. Kylie Morris with it. Sends it to Lana. Morris to Morris. McKenna Snow to Anna Diaz, looking for something up the right side. Nothing there. Sends it back to the middle to Grace Crowder. Crowder to the far side to Annie Zink. Tried to send it a little too soft on the touch, and North intercepts, but loses it out of bounds. Quick Bedford throw. Now, ball sent to the middle to Araceli Cloutier. Somebody's got to come up on her. She rifles a cannon toward the goal, but just a little bit left.
Yeah, she struck that ball really well, just a little too far. But I'd rather see it low like that than flying high. You're never gonna score unless you're hitting it from 30, 40 yards out when you lift it up.
The tough thing about a player like her is you can't let her, even if she's just outside the 18, you can't give her free rein. Somebody's got to come up on her, as painful as it might be. Araceli with it, dribbling, playing very aggressive, very well, truly setting the tone in a lot of ways for the Bulldogs on offense. Dribbling, now sends it toward the goal mouth to Carden, who fields it on a hop, and nice play by Carden to seal off there.
I think we've covered most of the other playoff games, but the other one today was Pinkerton, 7th seed over Goffstown, 4-0 as well. So Pinkerton will go against this number 2 team. And in the girls division, there's 2 teams that got the bye, actually. So they're going to have a tough match against Portsmouth.
They most certainly will. Portsmouth, always a tough team. Ball sent up front to Lana. Now stolen by Nashua North and back the other way. McKenna Snow, the ball rolling toward the corner. McKenna thought she had a chance at it, but nothing doing. Bedford throw from way down the line. 1-0 Bulldogs. 22 minutes have gone by here in this first half. Crowder sends it to the middle. Finds Anna Diaz. Diaz with a touch. back into the box. And now a one-time shot, beautiful into the net. I think that was Araceli Cloutier, but I'm not entirely sure. Off the assist from Lana Morris. But fortunately, we have somebody watching these things down on the field and radioing up to us.
Boy, that pass into the middle was collected well, and just like they practiced, there's going to be a player in a position, and Cloutier does get the goal, I believe. But nice square pass and punched in to make it 2-0 at about the 18-minute mark.
So correct on that goal. Araceli Cloutier is the one that scored. Lana Morris was on the assist. So Bedford sharing the wealth. For Araceli, don't know how many goals she's had. She's had several to this point in the season. And for a player who plays on the back line but is not afraid to get up front and mix things up a bit, nice to have her involved in the offense. 2-0 Bulldogs. It'll be a north throw from just to our left. Thomas with the throw. Her teammate backs away from the throw, strangely enough, and now Crowder will seal off, make a play on the ball to the middle, and Araceli pursuing. Nothing doing there. Ball stolen from her. Shot attempt by North, but it is a ricochet. Kate Michael doing her best to get it out of there. And North still fighting for the ball, but really is not getting anything that's giving them a clear opportunity to the goal.
Bedford's putting two players together on their attackers very, very quickly. Nice
ball sent
clear
into the goal mouth. Zoe Santos came out after it. It was dangerous. Kylie Morris doing a great job to clear that ball out of there.
It didn't get played out, though, did it?
It played out far enough that it took it out of harm's way.
Yeah. No, I'm referring to out of bounds. I don't think it.
No, it did not.
Yeah. It looked to me like it was probably going to fly all the way over the track. It was hit so hard.
The rain has largely let up here. The umbrellas are down. Ball rattles into the goal mouth. And Zoe Santos picks it up. Takes some time, directs some traffic.
On a field like this with the AstroTurf, or artificial turf, I don't know if it's actually AstroTurf. That
it is.
Shows you how old I am.
It is field turf. AstroTurf is not
turf,
really a thing anymore.
The big thing is exactly that this is much more like playing on a grass surface. However, it's still the type of shoes, the cleats that you wear, so important.
Ball to Anna Diaz. Diaz dribbling toward the goal. Now with the left foot sends it back in. Nice try there, but just a shade outside of the reach of Lana Morris.
They were all kind of flat. All our attackers were straight across the field. It would have been nice to have dropped that ball back and had a player trailing and then bang the ball in off of that pass.
On this turf, you get all kinds of pellets, and at this point in the year, I wind up with probably more pellets in my living room and in the car than, it's everywhere. It's like sand at the beach. But I will say this, it is way better being able to play a game on a day like this because of a surface like this than trying to get a game ready on grass. And particularly as a baseball guy, when I think about having an opportunity to get a game ready because the thing drains so fast versus how much am I going to spend on turfus, diamond dry. Bedford, another chance here. Crowder with it, right foot, just to the left of the goal. It'll be a goal kick for North. But it's an initial cost, but long run can be more economical and makes it sure that you can get the games in. That's certain.
True. And in spite of what some people have claimed from time to time, there's actually no evidence that the material that's used is hazardous to anyone's health, thank goodness.
The AstroTurf was bad on guys' knees back in the day. For baseball fans, Hall of Famer Andre Dawson, playing for the Montreal Expos, had some knee problems, but a lot of people will say that field was a lot like running on concrete.
Some of them were they were literally put down on concrete.
Right, exactly.
What was underneath.
There was no give.
They were made totally differently.
Morris throw. And Kylie wins the ball, now evaluating her options, and she has many of them. Sends it toward the goal. Going to be a tough one for Carden, but she lines it up, catches the ball, and
pop fly into the outfield.
That was a can of corn.
Center fielder there picked it up.
She did well, though. She got to her spot, established her space, and made the play on the ball.
Yes, she did.
The other thing, even though, yes, you can slide on this, and it is way more forgiving than old school AstroTurf or gravel, there's a lot of bounce to it. So for a speed team, I have to imagine it would be a huge advantage playing on something like this compared to playing on dirt
very
and
true.
Grass that could be truly any given length.
I think probably the sport that gained the most when fields like this went in was field hockey with that smaller ball, and, of course, as well, lacrosse. The small, hard balls that just don't necessarily go straight on most of the turf fields, because the turf fields up here in New England, New Hampshire especially, are not going to be nice and flat and well manicured. You just can't do it. It's almost impossible.
I don't know. If you have a good grounds guy,
yeah,
you can do anything. Where's Ken? 2-0 Bulldogs, 28 minutes gone by here in half number 1 of the NHIAA Division I prelims. Nashua North sends it up front. Long way to run for their offensive player. Nothing doing. The ball sent to Zoe Santos, and Zoe plays it out to Neve Humphrey. Now back over to the near side to Kylie Morris. And Kylie finds Ava Dubois. Back to Kylie. Ava thinking about a run. Ball is sent into the offensive end. Ava Dubois making a way up the right side. Now sends it into the middle. Does Ava. Great ball right on the feet. And then another ball sent into the left side. Another option for the Bulldogs. Some beautiful pinpoint passing, that is for sure. Kate Michael holds it in for Bedford. Rolls up the leg of Dubois, who now sends it into the box. And Lana Morris had a shot at it, but rattles it right of the goal mouth. And it'll be a corner kick for the Nashua North, or a goal kick for the Nashua North Titans.
Almost looked like if Anna had let that ball go, it had a better chance to get in the goal. But
might have had a shot.
Yeah, but she was trying to turn it into the near post, and unfortunately just didn't connect right with it. That was a tough ball to hit at all. She still did strike it. Back in the 70s, Lauren, when I was at Penn State, I wasn't involved in it directly, but the grad program there, the phys ed group, was doing studies for the NFL on cleats for both safety and use, the difference between turf and artificial turf.
Ball set to Ava Dubois. Ava dribbles, kicks it in, or sends it in the middle, I should say, and nobody there to follow up that cross. Ball placed there. Bedford had all kinds of opportunities to get to it, but nobody was there.
Not sure if that was Anna Diaz. It looked like she actually went down, or she would have been the player that should have been in the middle of the field right there.
Possible.
I think it is her, yeah.
Ball sent in off the head of, I believe, Grace Crowder. It'll be a goal kick for Nashua North. And you do get it in college football still, where teams will play on grass and leave the grass long to neutralize somebody's running game, or, one team will come out wearing the appropriate shoes, and the other team had no idea how long the grass was, comes out in the wrong stuff. Not so much now, but back in the day. Great pass into the box, just out of the reach of Ava Dubois.
Yeah, that was a very nice pass, Lauren. Almost in the perfect spot for her to collect that, or do a one-time hit, strike it, and put it in the back of the net. Bedford wants, but the Nashua defense isn't doing bad. They're doing pretty good.
They're
just not
doing well.
They're
doing well. They're playing well. And again, this is the setup that they've had. Here's one of their mids heading up front, Lily Baker Oliveira, but that run stifled by the Bulldogs. Now it's Araceli Cloutier, finds Anna Diaz in the middle. Anna stops, loses the ball. And now it'll be Baker Oliveira again sending it up front, but nothing doing. One of Bedford's back line sends it in. And Nashua doing their best to desperately clear the ball, but can't accomplish it. The ball is off of Ava Dubois. It'll be a North throw from just to our right.
Am I imagining things, or have there been very few substitutions tonight?
There have been some.
But just a few, though. I think we normally see a little bit more.
We've been waxing poetic about AstroTurf. Araceli Cloutier with it. Now sends it to Anna Diaz. Diaz back to the middle. Bedford, a great chance there. Grace Crowder had an opportunity. Instead, it's Grace Carden closing the door on her. Bedford had a chance at one. There's nothing worse than that ball just rattling around in there, and Bedford unable to convert. Yes.
The keeper, Grace.
Yes.
For the Titans was tough in that spot. It wasn't easy.
She lived up to her name.
Make a decision. If it were not for the grace of Grace.
Yep.
It definitely would have been a goal.
Nashua throw on the far side, so I'm told. And that one will go off of Bedford. It'll be another Nashua throw. It's amazing how much easier it is to make everything out from even down there, a few rows up.
True. Well, the clear view without the glass.
Oh yeah, for sure. But I'm eagerly awaiting the second half.
I understand.
Throw in. Nashua North with an opportunity as the ball bounces around, but the Bulldogs clear it out. Grace Odell with it, using her body, making some space. And North sends the ball out of bounds. Bedford throw far side. 6.5 left in the first half.
Seen in at the college level where there's somebody keeping track of time of possession.
Oh yeah.
Like obviously you see it on a football games.
I don't even think they have to have somebody do that anymore. There are so many things that you can use, that you can install in a facility as the ball bounces into the box. Looked like Anna Diaz had a shot at it, but
off the defender,
unable to convert. A corner. No, I think that was Lana Morris on that one, but regardless, it'll be a corner. But at baseball facilities now, they have things that they just have innate to the facility that will tell you speed of pitch, spin rate, exit velocity, everything without you actually doing anything. It just tracks that data. So I would be surprised if at big-time D1 programs that wasn't just a thing. Sent in by Araceli Cloutier, and Bedford had a chance to head it, but instead the ball bounces and Grace Carden picks it up for her 83rd save here in the first half. You have 7?
Shots on goal.
7 shots on goal.
True shots on goal.
Okay.
Grace certainly has, like you said, has touched at least 87 times. But
she has played well.
7 that if she didn't do something with it, would have been a goal.
Kaylee Moore sends it over to Baker Oliveira. Baker Oliveira looks to the middle and finds a player who then sends it up into the Titan offensive end, but Bedford will clear it. And with just under 5 minutes left in the first and Bedford leading 2-0, the Bulldogs are again on the offensive side. Anna Stavropoulos sends it in, sends it up to... Thought that was Ava Dubois. A little bit of extracurriculars up the right side. And they will say a corner kick.
Nope, goal kick.
Oh, check, a goal kick, yes.
Yeah, it looked to me like it could have been either way, but the official was, in fact, right there.
My brain said goal kick, and my mouth said the opposite. So 2-0 Bulldogs, 4:15 left here in the first.
I had just told yesterday or today, I was talking to Bill Jennings.
Anna Stavropoulos sends it toward the goal mouth. Knocked away by the Nashua North defenders now, and Bedford defender dragged down in the box, nothing called, and North will send it out of bounds here on the near side. It'll be a throw for Bedford right up along the end line.
Bill Jennings and I were talking about baseball umpiring, which he did a lot of as well as I had, and that last call was just reminded me of a situation where a baseball umpire was asked to fill in for a soccer official in a middle school game years ago. And the first time that the ball went out of bounds, the baseball official took two arms and waved. I wish you could see this live on camera right now. He went, foul!
Wow. I mean,
I couldn't believe that I was actually watching this.
And that gentleman got paid for that activity.
That gentleman was
your college roommate?
The guy that mentored me in semi-pro baseball. He was the guy that was assigned to work with me.
Nashua North player hits the deck, a collision there, and she is reaching for just above her ankle. But
slow getting up.
She's slow to get up is Lily Baker Oliveira.
Looks okay.
But regardless, it will be a kick for North. Ayana Zabuza to take the kick. A small wall in front of Zabuza. And our official sends them back a couple steps. Now Zabuza sends it toward the goal, but left. And it will be a goal kick for the Bulldogs with about 2 minutes remaining here in the first.
The clock's going to stop, and the only difference between regular season and the playoffs now would be the overtime that I kind of doubt that we'll see. But if we were to, instead of being 15 minutes in duration, it's 10 minutes. 2 10-minute periods, followed by penalty kicks, which we didn't have during the season. Can't have a tie here.
Wasn't it 2 10s during the regular season?
I think
against Goffstown.
I thought it was supposed to be, but they played 2 15s at least once.
Huh. My memory is not really anything to speak of, so.
Yeah, well, if yours isn't anything to speak of, mine doesn't even exist anymore then.
I'm running out of space. Ball sent out on a header. Lana Morris with it, looking. Got Grace Odell up there. Grace with it, in space. Now Grace sends it over to Anna Diaz. Diaz with a shot off the crossbar, and Grace Carden somehow finds it. It hit the crossbar, bounded straight down, and I don't know how she found the ball and didn't somehow just back into it and send it in off herself. Nearly a perfect shot by Diaz.
Yeah, I'd like to say it was a great save, but it was just, I think, pure lucky. That, like you said, the ball just came right down. Clearly didn't cross the line, and our goalposts, I think they're round. I'm not positive.
Yes, they are.
I'm pretty sure they are round. So it can be difficult to see sometimes if there's spin on the ball. I haven't, over my lifetime, once or twice seen a ball that hits the crossbar, does cross over the goal line, hits the ground, and comes back out. One of the ones I remember was BU men playing on their turf field, and I was the linesman down at the goal line when the ball was struck really, really hard, and it went down, and I put my flag up to indicate a goal, and people were shocked. But after the game, the coach had us view the replay, and he apologized to me after he'd given me a lot of lip. But we're done with the
always
first
uncomfortable.
half.
We are done with half number 1 of soccer here from Bulldog Stadium. Bedford leads 2-0, 2 goals, of course, because that's how math works. One at the 23:06 mark, Grace Crowder from Anna Diaz, and the other at 17:50. Not the restaurant right around the corner. Araceli Cloutier from Lana Morris. So we will take a quick break, come right back, but we will leave you Bulldogs 2, Titans nothing. You are watching Bedford Bulldog Girls Soccer on BCTV.
Welcome back to Bulldog Stadium, where we've got a 2-0 game going on with Bedford leading over the Nashua Titans. And we're going to start the second half very shortly. We've been waiting for the most important person here, my partner.
No, not even close.
Lauren Fox.
Yep, nope.
Were you out campaigning?
No, God, no. No. I'm not very good at that.
Hey.
Yeah, we all have our strengths. We all have our weaknesses. I can tell you what mine are, but that would take a really long time to go over the latter category. 2-0, or nil, as Sean Diaz would say, as he preens his soccer feathers when we talk about soccer games. But it is 2-0, the Bulldogs of Bedford over the Titans of Nashua North. The semifinals and finals, would the Bulldogs get to that point, will be at Stello Stadium in Nashua. Were the Bulldogs to win tonight, and they're up 2-0, the game would be back here Friday at 3 o'clock. So an early tilt.
And that team we're playing, we are playing the Bedford Nashua.
The team that if they hold on, the Bulldogs hold on to the lead, they will be playing. It would
exactly. And if they don't, Nashua will be playing. The Merrimack, part of the Merrimack girls team is here, including the coach.
Yep, as it should be. I would expect nothing less. Ball sent into the box, rattles off Ayana Zabuza and forces Grace Carden to make a diving save. Unexpectedly, it was a ball that was not hammered at all, but it was misdirected just enough.
Yeah, I don't know if the keeper down there, if Grace misjudged it, the timing, or slipped a little bit. She's actually looking at her legs right now, the way that she fell. Maybe she twisted.
Her entire body was going a different way, and then all of a sudden she was forced to adjust.
Almost like a penalty kick.
Yeah, it was a matter of adjusting by 2 feet, but it doesn't feel good to me.
Look at these touches here.
Bedford moving the ball well. Lana Morris had a shot at it, nothing doing. It's kicked out of bounds. It'll be a Bedford throw from Kate Michael here on the near side. Michael sends it up the sideline to Lana Morris. Now back to Kate. Off of Taylor Berry, and Sari Stein will hold it in. Sari dominant left foot. Now Araceli Cloutier with it into the middle. Tenacious there. And Lana Morris with it. Great shot. Grace Carden stands tall. Did not leave her feet, but made a nice catch above her head on the shot by Lana Morris. And then Carden kind of shanks it toward the near side. Held in there by Sarah Fry and kicked off of Grace Odell. So it'll be a north throw right in front of us. Game is way more watchable without windows. Just saying. I invite you to come to this side. Our fans at home have a far better vantage point, thanks to Andrew, than I do. Ball sent back by Sari Stein or by Kate Michael, I should say, to Zoe Santos. And Bedford doing a nice job moving the ball on defense, which in turn sets up your offense. Anna Diaz making a run, wisely holding herself behind the last defender, and the ball moves in. Shot there taken by, I believe that was Araceli Cloutier, off the hands of the keeper. It'll be Neve Humphrey taking a corner kick on the near side, and I was told when I said that it was Sari Stein in the first half that it was Neve that took the corner from the far side at that point. Again, testament to the fact that people see what Andrew's transmitting better than we do.
40 seconds later, the ball was down right in front of us at this end of the field, and it worked all the way around. Here we go.
Neve into the middle. Strong leg. And over on that side, it'll be Kylie Morris holding it in. Kylie taking her time. Bedford doing a solid job of just maintaining possession down there.
In Bedford's last game, the game they just played against BG the other day, I'd say at this point in the game we had probably 20 fouls called, and tonight, 2.
Different style of play. Different style of play.
Totally.
BG came ready to mix things up, and they played a good game, but it was a more physical team. This Nashua North team really trying to disrupt the passing lanes of the Bulldogs. We had a whistle on the far side. I'm not clear why. Bill Klein, what say you?
I don't have a clue. Andrew,
okay.
Did you say anything?
First time for everything.
He's definitely an official.
Yep.
I saw a hand go up. I think it might have been, no.
That's not atypical for officials not to have a clue. You're correct, Bill.
I'm not an official tonight.
No,
Tonight,
but, I mean,
I'm a
it's just the default state, typically. Ball sent into the box. Anna Diaz giving chase. And if somebody had been the Bonnie to her Clyde, they might have had a great shot at a goal. Nothing doing.
I'm going to take a wild guess.
What?
That was offsides. I can't think of anything else it could have been.
Well, the ball went across
ball
the
was
end line. It
close.
winds up as a goal kick.
No, not that time. The one back 18.3 seconds ago.
That one would be tough, though. That's like closer to midfield.
Well, based on where the ref was, where the kick came from, and it was an indirect kick.
Araceli making a mad dash, sent it up to Lana Morris. Nothing doing.
A nice trap by the Nashua player. The ball under control.
Nashua
Change
North
the field.
playing well. They do not have the depth that the Bulldogs have, but they are acquitting themselves nicely. Kate Michael fighting for the ball now. Tries to find Grace Odell. Can't. Kate winds up with it again. And now it's Grace Crowder with it, sending it over to the middle to Araceli Cloutier. Araceli just keeps finding space. She'd be a really good option quarterback. Araceli dribbling, takes a shot on goal. That one off Ayana Zabuza. That will not feel good. It will leave a mark. I can say that with honesty and sincerity. It will leave a mark. Ball sent into the middle there by Kylie Morris. Bedford still with a chance here. Grace Odell had an opportunity if she could have held on to the ball, but unable to do so. Nashua North sends it out, and it'll be a Bedford throw.
And a substitution coming in for Bedford, far side.
Crowder with it to the middle. Now Diaz with it. Bedford just sort of playing keep away. And what we've seen from them time and time again is they will pass the ball in a triangle. Basically, the triangle moves down the field. Somebody finds the seam, and the next thing you know, it's a shot on goal. Can lull us to sleep and can do the same thing to a defense as well.
And frustrate the heck out of them.
And I'm not saying it's you just get used to the ball being passed, and then all of a sudden there's trouble and you have to deal with it. Zoe Santos clears to midfield. Lana Morris fighting for the ball. Now Lana somehow escapes with the ball, dribbling down the right side. And again, pulls an escape act, takes a shot, knocked down by the North defender, and it'll go off of North. And I thought it was going to be a throw from down there. That's accurate?
It is.
Okay.
Yeah, it is. It'll be a throw. Your comment, very interesting, that triangle moving around the field and saying keep away right before that. I'd like to watch one of these Bedford girls practices.
It's
just why, because
it's entertaining.
They do that in practice. They play keep away and they work on that triangular configuration against each other.
And they have a lot of skill.
Wonder who wins.
It doesn't matter. They all
nobody
win.
loses.
They all win.
For darn sure.
It's a high level of skill among this group. Cloutier with the head, artfully placed to Anna Diaz. Now back to Araceli. Araceli finds Anna in the middle. Anna sends it toward the goal, but just to the left of it, and it'll slide out of bounds. 2-0 Bulldogs, 8.5 in to the second. About 31.5 minutes remain here in the game. This one a preliminary matchup. NHIAA, we have given all the scores, but I'm sure Bill Klein can recap them yet again.
I certainly can, Lauren. One quick comment about those of you that may not know this. Anna Diaz, one of the players here that's looked really good tonight and in the top 4 in scoring for us as a freshman. Her brother also plays. He's on the boys varsity team.
And she has a younger sister who is also a very accomplished player. Araceli Cloutier knocked down, and now Nashua North on a run. Sends it into the box, and Zoe Santos will stop at the end line, field it.
Bedford player went down way back the other half of the field there before that ball came down, and the fans moaned and groaned a little bit because maybe they are just in need of stretching their lungs or something like that, get a little exercise. There was no foul. It was just too
incidental contact.
Tripped over the ball, if anything.
Anna Diaz in a mad dash toward the line, sends it into the middle, and a whistle there. I'm not sure. It must have been on Bedford on that one. It'll be a Nashua kick. I'm not certain what the call would have been on that one. It was a cross.
And I think the Bedford player ended up hitting the defender, the Nashua defender, somewhat in the back.
Okay.
As she tried to get to the ball. She just couldn't get around her.
And then turnabout is fair play.
Nope,
call going right back the other way. So this one.
10 minutes into this second half.
Neve Humphrey will take the kick from the far side. Sends it into the box. Nice head there by Kylie Morris. Another one by Nashua. Now a third one. And Bedford finally takes a shot. Lana Morris with it. Deflected. Araceli again with the head. Now it's Anna Diaz with a little pop shot that Grace Carden acrobatically volleys to herself and saves.
And you give that a shot on goal, and it's number 11 for Bedford.
It was close enough to a shot on goal. Let's say that. And now one that Araceli Cloutier tries to head, but it goes off the back of her head, and a Nashua North roll. Zoe Santos with it will take her time, find a teammate.
In the Bedford Nashua end of the bracket, got Portsmouth is seated second and had the bye. They're going to be going up against Pinkerton on Friday. The other game and that came from Pinkerton beating Goffstown 4-0. Merrimack beat Hanover 5-2 to get into Friday's quarterfinal against the winner of this match.
Thank you. I will say I agree with our fans being disgruntled about that call. There was a trip called, but not a trip committed unless you're assessing a penalty to the turf. But these things happen in much the same way that if a little kid happens to fall by you and you're the closest adult, somebody assumes that you had something to do with it.
You're the big bad wolf.
That's how life works.
Big bad fox, I mean.
Yes, truly. Lana Morris had an opportunity, couldn't extricate herself from the Nashua North defender. And finally it was Grace Odell with an opportunity, but unable to get anything done. Too much time had passed in between Morris's initial charge.
There for Nashua. In the other half of the bracket, Exeter seeded number 1 overall, got a bye. They're going to end up playing Concord on Friday, who beat Alvern, scored 2-1. That was a penalty kick game. And then the other quarterfinal in the other bracket is Timberlane, who beat Nashua South 4-0. And with the same score, BG over Londonderry puts BG ahead into the quarterfinal against Timberlane.
So there you go. Pretty much, with the exception of that 9v8, it was chalk. Exactly what you would expect.
Exactly.
So we'll see if things get interesting as we get into that quarterfinal matchup. That Timberlane BG game looms large. Exeter has had a storybook season to this point. They've been really tough. And Pinkerton has played some very good games down the stretch. That win over Goffstown, a big one. Not what I would have expected necessarily, but I would have expected a closer game.
Timberlane, I know, was, to me, surprising. They have not been a real powerhouse soccer team, but I think, I'm not positive, but I believe they probably lost a couple games near the end of the season that knocked them out of the top couple spots. I think they were up in 1 or 2 there for quite a while in the beginning.
Sometimes it takes a little bit of time to build a program, of course, and it takes time to get players to continue playing. But I will tell you also that Timberlane at some of the younger levels was also very strong. At the junior high level, they put together a good girls team.
Interesting.
So I would say this year may be an anomaly considering years past, but may not be an anomaly going forward, at least for the foreseeable future. Bulldogs on top, 2-0, 25-37 remain here in the ball game. Bedford trying to get a jug goal. Grace Crowder with it. Now has an opportunity to take a shot off Carden. And it is right off Carden's mittens and into the goal. So it is Crowder, I believe, off the assist from Lana Morris at the 25-26 mark. But we will confirm that. So for Morris, she now has 9 assists on the year. She's got a pair tonight. For Crowder, she's got a pair of goals tonight. She's got lucky 13 on the season for the Bulldogs. So the Bulldogs get that jug goal, now on top 3-0. And would love to, just for those who might not be here watching the game or might not be watching on BCTV or Nashua 16, give the appearance that you kind of tore into your first-round matchup. It'd be nice to get 1 or 2 more. And here's a great opportunity for the Bulldogs. McKenna Snow with a shot, and Carden dives, can't corral the ball, and finishing on that one, I believe, was Grace Crowder. So if that were the case, it would be a hat trick for Crowder and McKenna Snow with the assist. But again, we'll confirm that. That came 35 seconds after the preceding goal, 24-51.
Looking at the records across the entire country for girls soccer, I was shocked to find that there were some schools that had a single player have consecutive hat tricks in something like 12 games.
Seriously, consecutive hat tricks in 12 games.
Yes. 12.
So there you go. We got the jug goal. We got the jug goal to make it 3, and then we had another one tacked on immediately thereafter to make it 4. So we're 24 and a half minutes left, and we got what we wanted. A minute ago it was 2-0, and it felt like it was still reasonably close. And now at 4-0, it feels like the route is on. You were right when you said, at the very least, the Bulldogs were going to score 4, but the question remains now, are they done?
Correct.
And a foul committed there by Nashua North, I should say. It'll be Neve Humphrey on a free kick there. And I'm going to tell you that this kick is a makeable kick for Neve. We've seen some of the corner kicks she's put down. It's not without a high degree of difficulty, but it is a makeable one. Sends it into the goal mouth. Crowder with a head, and that one will slide harmlessly out of bounds.
She almost had that opportunity to flick it towards the goal, and it'd be a 50-50 shot if it was not to the keeper. She might have made it.
Nothing quite like a playoff hat trick for you.
Oh my gosh!
Makes things fun.
That's terrific.
And
she's a senior. Her last year here, anyway.
And of course, she is not done yet, but
no,
it is a good one to remember. That much is sure. And it had been a minute since Grace had gone wild in the goal column. Early on in the season, she might have had 10 through 6 or 7 games, but she's coming on strong here tonight, right at the time when Bedford needs her too. The ball continuing to progress towards Zoe Santos, but Bedford makes a play. Nashua might have committed a handball, but the official lets it go.
And Nashua almost had a attack going there that they put together a couple passes, but
it was a strange attack. It was kind of in fits and starts.
Yes.
Araceli Cloutier with it, dribbles around. Now the ball sent by Kenzie Forrester. So we are seeing some names that we have not seen as much of recently. Araceli Cloutier still playing extremely hard. Slide tackle, tackles the ball.
Hard ball.
Yep, it certainly is. Ava Zink with it. And now
this Bedford passing is just so beautiful.
The ball movement, the passing is exquisite. And for the Bulldogs, just to have the ability to kill clock and work the ball around, it's a joy to watch.
Every Bedford player appears to have a 360-degree outlook on where everybody is and where they can and where they can't go.
Kenzie Forrester hammers it off the Nashua North defender. Great job there by, I don't know who it was. I think it was McKenna Snow making a run up the right side to have a shot at the goal. And a save for Cardin. That is the 11th shot on goal for Bedford, or 11th save.
You know, when I was looking at the...
what are we tracking?
The Federation records, is one of the things that kind of struck me was the fact that, you know, there are a couple New Hampshire programs that have really shined out over the years. And we're in the process of getting there, but we're not an old high school.
No.
But in the years that we've got, and we've only had this one coach, Michelle Winning, who was a product of the West High program, which had 62 consecutive wins to be one of the top schools in the country, record-wise, and most championships under the tutelage of Jack Amaro. Their coaches and Central, Peter Lawley, who's up here with us tonight, they had like 450 career wins each at those schools, but they were there for, to at least twice as long as Michelle's been. So she's on track to get into the record books. I would have to say she's at 214 in wins, or Bedford High is at 214 wins, and I don't see any reason why she may be going anywhere.
Yes, and I agree completely. The only thing that I will say is I think the strain of coaching at this level is a little bit different than it was 30 years ago. It is not an easy go. Nice ball sent into the middle. And
boy, that's a great point,
headed out of bounds, but there are many other things that you have to deal with day to day, week to week that 20, 30 years ago people didn't necessarily have to deal with, and that can make it challenging.
That's true, I think, probably in every single sport from the coaching standpoint, the pressures, as well as the officials, which we've talked about, and the number one reason for the lack of officials is the pressure that's put on them from fans, from spectators. It's not even the players, especially in Scholastic.
I heard it in the 7th, 8th grade game. Parents getting after the officials, getting after it with other parents. And I'm not talking about the Bedford parents. They were well behaved, but there were some other parents who were here during that game who were just letting the officials have it. And I'm sitting there saying, I don't know what they pay a middle school official, but I know it's not 3 figures. And, people make a choice to be here.
Yep.
You and I aren't doing this for the money, neither are they. Nice play made there by Sari Stein, kicking it off the Nashua North player, I think, so it should be a Bedford throw.
Are you saying you're not getting paid? Did you? I am.
I know you are, but I made a deal with the station where, I pay them to actually do these games. Bedford on top 4-0, 18 and a half minutes remaining in the game.
We are extremely lucky to have your expertise and insight and vocabulary and everything else.
Thank you,
Lauren, sincerely.
I appreciate your soccer knowledge because I have none.
You'd never know, I'll tell you. Absolutely never know. Fake it till you make it. Well, you already made it.
I haven't made it yet. We're good.
Yes, you have.
Ball on the far side for the Bulldogs. Nashua North continuing to contest, and you have to admire their tenacity at this point in the game. Trailing by 4. This one's kind of academic to this point, but for the Bulldogs, they are continuing to push hard. We have actually down to our left, we talked about a younger Diaz, younger than Anna. There is one down there watching the game as well, who is a very good soccer player in her own right. So we are not done with Diaz's here in Bedford. Ball sent toward Carden, and she'll pick it up. 17 and a half remain here in the game. This one 4-0, so we are nearing the conclusion of it, but I just got punched in the back. Man, oh man, ball sent into the box. Bedford with another great chance to score. That time the left foot. Nice job by Carden to block the ball.
It was not me that punched.
I know it was not
Lauren.
you. I know exactly who it was.
I thought about it a couple times, but decided
they'll get their due. Trust me, they'll get their due. Yeah. I think they thought I was choking.
I think it's the political environment. Some of these candidates are just.
I'm the nicest guy around, though. I don't get it.
Free.
Like, I don't even flip people off anymore when I drive. Corner kick taken from the near side. A header, and the ball is kicking around the box. That one goes off the post. Doesn't get a whole lot closer than that. Neve Humphrey now with it. She's got another chance and sends it into the box. Lana Morris now. Ball bouncing around again. Morris with it. And finally cleared by Nashua North, but that one could have gone in the goal 8 ways to Sunday. And instead, Bedford clinging to that 4-0 lead, and I say clinging, but it would be nice to have the biggest margin of victory of anybody in a prelim game. That is for sure.
That's true. And some people may be wondering, is there a point in time when a high school coach in a game like this might tell their players, hey, don't stop shooting or something, but not at a 4-0 score, regardless of who you're playing, I wouldn't think. Another
ball sent into the box. Solid attempt made there by Annie Zink. I mistakenly called her by her sister's name earlier in the game, which I was watching her sister play earlier for Lergio. So, mea culpa.
I mentioned the consecutive hat tricks, the record book. One I can recall, a young lady in California has the record for most goals in a single game. Take a guess, Lauren. No, don't look at my sheet.
I wasn't going to. I wouldn't even know that it was there. 26?
Oh, no. 18.
Okay.
18.
That's still pretty bad.
Still, it's crazy.
I mean, it's like Lisa Leslie scoring 100 points in a high school basketball game.
Yeah. In that case, I wonder what was going on and why.
Why would you leave her in that long?
If I were the coach, I would definitely have put somebody else in, I think. But you don't know the circumstances.
I mean, the circumstance could always be you want the girl to get some notoriety, and she's not on anybody's radar. When was that?
Couldn't tell you.
Okay.
I don't remember.
Ball sent to the middle, great pass, and that one goes through the uprights, not into the goal. And Bedford knocking on the door, not even knocking on it, pounding on it, but cannot get goal number 5. Not for a lack of trying, and I will say at this point that the Bedford reserves are by and large in the game. But, and they're still here to play soccer. They want theirs too. McKenna Snow with a chance. Now to Grace Crowder. Crowder left it just shy of Annie Zink. And now it's Anna Stavropoulos having a chance to play on that ball from Nashua North, but falls harmlessly out of bounds. It'll be a throw from Anna over here on the near side.
Back in the 70s, when I came up to New Hampshire, there were only 2 divisions, and very few schools had girls' teams playing, if any. I don't remember any, honestly. Initially, it was a new thing. But going way back to then, you had West High School, Woodsville.
Yep.
Woodsville was they've got some state, national top 10 records. I think one is their girls' consecutive shutouts. They had 17
great pass there. Great pass there
1993.
from Snow, and looked like she was looking for, I think, Miley, but unfortunately not able to convert there.
Sauhegan Amherst, they're in the record books for a couple categories. For the girls, I'm not sure about the boys, but for the girls, they've had a couple players there as well that were outstanding, both soccer and girls basketball.
Well, if you hear Michelle Winning tell it, and there are several others who can corroborate the story because they are still in town, ball bounds off a Nashua North defender out of bounds. It'll be a goal kick, or
Corner.
check that, it'll be a corner kick from the near side. There used to be a girl or two who would try out for the soccer team at McKelvey when it was K through 8 every year, and they would always get cut. It was just a formality. And there were enough of them, it had to be in the early 90s, there were enough of them that they said, all right, we're tired of this. We want to make our own team. They said, you can't do that. And they said, we're going to make a club. And they put together a girls' soccer club, ball sent through the uprights over there by Neve Humphrey. They said, you can't do that. And they said, well, you have to find an advisor. All right, well, and I'm not sure I'm getting it 100% right. It was a few years ago that Michelle told me this, but you have to find an advisor. They found an advisor. They ran the whole thing themselves. And that was sort of the nucleus of that West team, was the girls who had the
interesting
foresight and initiative to start up that program themselves and loved soccer enough that they were going to do it in the face of people telling them that they shouldn't. It's, there are some who are still around in town who that's a known fact. That's what they did. They are proud to claim the fact that they beat the boys. And, they were very good, aggressive, technical players. So you talk about people that were ahead of their time in a lot of ways. And obviously, I'm the California guy, and when I was in high school in the 90s, we had boys everything, we had girls everything. We had baseball, we had softball. We had, not that baseball and softball are equivalent sports, but we had opportunities for girls to get involved, volleyball, both sides, even girls water polo in high school. But not everywhere was like that.
And in sports participation, the number one state is California overall. High school, number of teams, number of players. Texas,
when it's sunny 300
second.
days a year and 75 degrees all the time, like, what else are you going to do?
Yep.
Like, you can't sit on the couch in weather like that. Ball hugging the out-of-bounds line, and looked like it was Anna Diaz giving chase, but
whistle blew.
The ball won. The ball got to the line before she did. And as we sit here, just under 10 minutes left, Bulldogs lead at 4-0. We can probably safely say this one's in the refrigerator. And we will come back here on Tuesday night, or Friday afternoon, I should say. It's Tuesday night right now. And watch the Bulldogs take on a tough Merrimack team.
Have you been camping again?
No, I just got back.
You just got back.
I'm like just washing the dirt out of my ears. And it's getting cold now and rainy. Like,
all of a sudden.
I got standards. This is pretty typical October.
One of the guys that works here helps out with the athletic department. With Corey, said that he talked to somebody up north, all the way up near the border of Canada, in New Hampshire. And they had snow on the ground the other day.
Does the snow ever melt up there, though?
I think the snow melts, but there's still ice.
Yes. Crazy.
Offsides.
Great ball, Annie Zink, but just getting a little ahead of herself is Lana Morris.
Again, the lines, it kind of helps.
It doesn't leave a whole lot to the imagination at that point.
No. Give these officials credit. They've been hustling. They've called a pretty good game tonight. Hasn't been a difficult game to officiate because you don't have one team that's exceptionally more aggressive like we've had in a couple other games with recent play.
Great send by Nashua North into the offensive end. Bedford just trying to keep them off the scoreboard at this point.
That game against BG the other day, if you looked at the statistics, probably, I'm not sure, Lauren, but it would have been one of those games that a coach or a parent would have yelled out, "Hey, ref.
Call it even."
Come on, yeah.
Yeah.
Call it even, will you? Well,
yeah.
That's not the idea, folks. It's, you call the fouls, whoever commits them. It doesn't matter.
Right, and, this is a different game in that we're not tracking free throws and stuff that's directly in front of you. That's something that's there if you go to look at it and watch game film later, but otherwise it's just feel. I'm sure there are people who will sit there and tick fouls, but
some subs coming in for both teams, I think. Oh, maybe just Nashua.
So Bedford gets the next couple days to try to figure out a game plan against Merrimack. For the Bulldogs in the regular season, they picked up a 2-0 win over Merrimack. I think we did that game. Actually, we did do that game back on November 11th or October 11th. Wow, been a long day. 2 weeks ago, and I've long since forgotten. It's been a hectic month. What can I say? Bulldogs lead this one 4-0.
Actually, Lauren, we did not do that game.
We did not do that game.
No, we didn't.
I guarantee you I was here, though. That's right. Yes, I was here, but we did not do it.
As a former teacher, coach, parent, moderator of the town of Merrimack. I was looking forward to it.
Ball sent into the box. A head attempt by Annie Zink, unsuccessful, and ball rolls out of bounds. It'll be a north throw.
I looked at the
Up
Merrimack
the near side.
girls players that were here tonight. I don't know if they're still here or not. I think some of them are, actually. And I wondered if any of them have my youngest daughter as their pediatrician right now.
Funny.
She, having played at Merrimack, graduated from there. Steal there. Look at that.
Annie Zink with the steal. Shot on goal. Carden makes a nice play on it.
That's at least 12. I may have missed a couple, Lauren. Kind of been lulled to quietness, I'll call it. Not.
And for a number of these North girls, this is their final high school soccer game. Grace Carden has won. She's done a very good job back there in net. Ayana Zabuza is another one. Natalie McInerney, midfielder as well. But a well-played game. Anna Diaz with the shot. Ball will trickle. And nice job there by the defender. I think it was Allison Fry to knock the ball out of bounds. It'll be a Bedford corner from the near side.
Yeah, I think it looks like Nashua's squad has 5 seniors. So they're going to be fairly, if everybody returns next year healthy, they should have a pretty good year again.
Sari Stein taking the kick, left-footed, sends it in off of Bedford head along the end line. Bedford holds it in. Now one quick turnaround shot toward the net. And with an opportunity there was Annie Zink, but unable to convert was Zink. And we're now at the 5 minutes or left mark, which means that we have no idea how much time is left. Did Andrew start his phone? No. Neither did I.
I stopped doing that back when I stopped roughing. I only do that when I get paid to do it.
I will generally do it watching a game so I have an idea of context, and then sometimes you go, God, these minutes are moving awfully fast. Ball sent in. Diaz with it, making some moves. Now
Nice.
Back to the near side to Zink.
Nice run by Zink to get into the area of the field where she did.
Ball contested there by freshman Nora Ripple. Now that's Morris. And sending it back to the middle to Diaz with the left foot. Past the keeper Carden, and that'll make it 5-0 Bulldogs. Anna Diaz with the goal off Lana Morris at the we don't know how much time is left in the game mark.
Less than 5 minutes. And Anna Diaz, nice contact. And if I haven't said it once, or twice, or 3 times, it's a beautiful thing having a freshman that's already playing at that level. And part of that is not just the coaching and the girls that are around her, but like you said, Lauren, it's a family. It's a family sport, you know.
Yep, and they spend a lot of time working on it, playing, pursuing the game. But Diaz now has a goal and an assist tonight. You have McKenna Snow, who has a pair of assists tonight. She's also a freshman. So a bright future for the Bulldogs with those two as well as some of the others as well. Lana Morris, don't forget, as a junior, she had a pair of assists tonight as well. So 5-0 the mark here at Bulldog Stadium.
Just went out.
Time continues to run, and when you want the time to run, it never does. When you don't want the time to run, it absolutely flies. Zink with it, now finds Snow. Snow sends it up. Bulldogs looking for another one. Tenacious players maintaining their focus. Now Zink to Nora Ripple. Nora sends it in.
And this is the kind of sport that you really can't practice. It practices, you know, this for this team at this level. This is a practice for them for the next level, the next game, next match. actually playing.
It's game speed.
The whole
Yeah,
thing.
regardless of what the sport is, giving kids game speed reps is absolutely valuable.
You've got 11 players at least. And those 11 players, if you want to play against another 11 players of your own, you know them, and they're not going to be the quality.
Right. Well,
put the top team against the, oh my gosh.
Another great shot there off the left foot of Snow.
Wow.
The ball that was sent in. Not quite sure who sent it in, but beautiful send. I think it was Lana Morris with it, still in the game. Morrises do not get a whole lot of time off the field.
Now we've got some really talented players that are difficult to sub for because they are such well-skilled. And I imagine chances are they're pretty good students as well.
Ball sent over to the far side. Bedford somehow holds it in. That thing looked like it was destined to be out of bounds, but
they are not slowing down. They're still running full speed ahead.
Well, they're slowing down now.
Now they're going
because we had 3 whistles. That signifies that the game is over. So your final here from Bulldog Stadium, 5-0. Bedford comes in a preliminary game and takes it to the Nashua North Titans. Again, the final 5-0. Goals in the game at the 23:06 mark of the first. Grace Crowder from Anna Diaz. 17:50 in the first. Araceli Cloutier from Lana Morris. And then in the second half, we had 2 in the span of 35 seconds. 25:26 Crowder from Lana Morris. And then 24:51 Crowder from McKenna Snow. We then had to wait almost 20 minutes to get our last goal of the game. Anna Diaz sending one into the back of the net off an assist from McKenna Snow, and that took us to where we are, 5-0. But you had said 4-1 before the game. I said I'll take Bedford minus 4.5. I won my bet.
I think you did.
Just saying.
Hey.
So,
and the 4.
It is here Friday at 3.
Friday, 3 o'clock will be the game against Merrimack.
So the game coming up Friday, 3 o'clock, Bedford Bulldogs taking on Merrimack, and that one should be a good one. Can't wait to see it. Bedford won 2-0 2 weeks ago in the regular season. So,
and
that's what they're telling me.
After the girls' game will be the
Senior
football
night
game.
for football.
Senior night for football against Merrimack as well. So
I'm not calling that game. I get to leave.
Hey.
So
this was fun.
This was fun. On to the next one.
The right team. All the brackets are done for now, and move on to the quarters. And I would say that Bedford's got a really good chance of going all the way.
It would certainly seem that way. Our thanks to Andrew Fenn for all of his great work on the camera, and Bill Jennings for talking on the other side of the press box throughout the game. Bill was here setting things up at the very least. My partner, Bill Klein. I'm Lauren Fox. Again, your final score from Bulldog Stadium, 5-0. The Bedford Bulldogs beat the Nashua North Titans. Have a great night. You've been watching Bedford Bulldog and Nashua North Titans soccer on BCTV and Nashua Channel 16.